Welcome, my friends. We're back once again discussing Quantum Leap. It's been a long time since we've had anything to discuss about this show, but since San Diego Comic-Con just occurred a few days ago, we were treated to a little bit of insight about what's coming for us in Season 2. I'm taking this from TV Insider here. I wasn't able to actually find the footage from San Diego Comic-Con. They did apparently air the first 8 minutes of the Season 2 premiere, and I do know that while the writer and actor strikes are both going on right now, there is a lot of cause for concern. It appears Season 2 of Quantum Leap will not be affected by that. If you could recall, Season 2 was already well underway when Season 1 wrapped up, so it's more than likely finished at this point, or at least mostly finished to the point where they can air most of it without having too much trouble, and it will be coming to air in October. But what was shown at Comic-Con is broken down a little bit here, and I will give a little bit of a reading about what happens. It appears Ben will be retaining his memory, even though he won't be leaping back home, at least in this episode. He is on a plane in 1978 somewhere over Russia, and the guest stars that will be accompanying him for at least the pilot here will be Melissa Roxburgh from Manifest, Francois Arnault from Midnight Texas, Aaron Abrams from Blind Spot, and PJ Byrne from The Boys. They are all working together for the Air Force, it appears, on this cargo plane, and here is the synopsis, or at least the written synopsis that is given for this episode. The 5 of them are transporting some type of artifact being shipped out of Germany. And while some of them do wonder about it, and why the Air Force has them posing as civilians, Arnault's character doesn't think they should care about what's inside. His focus is on making the delivery and getting out of the military purgatory he's been stuck in for 5 years. Roxburgh sees it as a ticket out of a dead-end long-haul supply missions, and after they hand it off, they can get what they all want, like going home for the person Ben leapt into. But then the plane comes under fire from surface-to-air missiles and crashes. The captain dies on impact, and Burns' character is pinned. The others try to help free him, and he admits that there's a betrayal that's weighing on him, which he then blames on the blood loss. Ben helps Roxburgh's character drag their cargo off the plane just before it explodes. And that appears to be all we know about the first 8 minutes of Episode 1 from Season 2. We did get a little bit of information from Martin Giro, who did promise that Ben will definitely interact with Magic, Ian, and Jen this season, a heck of a lot more than he did with them in Season 1, because according to him, Season 1 was built around that Ben and Addison relationship, but going into Season 2, there is a lot more creative room because it's not so plot-focused, and he specifically says the first season is very plot-heavy and the second season is less so, and it gives space for some more complex emotional stories from the people in our present stories. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that there's not going to be as much of an ongoing overarching storyline as Season 1? Is the apocalypse, the impending doom for mankind, not really going to be taking the front seat here? Is it going to be more independent leaps that aren't interconnected at all, or is there still going to be a through line trying to solve that problem? I'm hopeful that what he means by this is that there's going to be 2 plot lines going on simultaneously, similar to Season 1, but it's not going to be so muddied. That there's actually going to be plot progression and momentum in that ongoing story, but we still get to see each leap being treated as an individual thing. And I don't know if that's going to be every other leap or if it's going to be, an ongoing situation, but I do like the fact that we're going to focus on the leaps a bit more, because that did seem to get lost in Season 1 sometimes when there were so many plot-heavy elements going on in the present-day storyline. Sometimes the leaps seemed like they were unimportant or they were just there because the show was called Quantum Leap, and I think we do need to spend a lot of time in the leaps. I also feel, and it wasn't confirmed here, that we're going to get another leaper. Isn't Addison confirmed to be leaping in this season, or was that just going to be a kind of a failed experiment or something? I'm not sure, but I kind of thought that's what we might be seeing in Season 2, and who is leaping into the Quantum Leap Accelerator at the end of Season 1, because I don't think it's going to be Sam Beckett. At this point, I think that ship is probably sailed, or if he was returning, it probably would have been the grand moment at San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm thinking if we do end up seeing any connection to the original Quantum Leap at this point, it's not going to be till later on in Season 2. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't think we should go into Season 2 expecting this to explicitly tie up all all the loose ends from the original Quantum Leap. Now, this will be premiering, it looks like here, Wednesday, October 4th, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on NBC, so we can look forward to that just a few months away once the fall comes. Sorry about my ads there. I don't know if you could see them, but I don't know. This is good news, I guess. This is something we can look forward to amidst all of this chaos with the strikes and who knows what's going on with television, who knows what new stuff we're going to get. It looks like we can at least anticipate a strong start to Quantum Leap Season 2. Whether or not the entire second season is ready to go, that's anyone's guess. They don't really address this here, but I'm going to go ahead and hold out hope for the fact that we will be seeing more of this show than less of it right now. Is that even a way to say things? I don't know. Leave all your thoughts down below. Are you excited for Quantum Leap Season 2? Have you kind of even forgotten because it's been quite a while since there's been any news on it whatsoever? I'm gaining more excitement now that they're actually revealing a little bit of it, and I do want to know what's going on with Ben and his friends, especially after the revelations at the end of Season 1. Leave all those things down below, like, share, subscribe. But until next time, I hope your next leap is the leap home.